So hey, what is up guys, it's your boy Links here with a brand new video, and today we're going to be doing a tutorial. I want to show you guys how to not only get Adobe Illustrator, but how to use it and how to draw. So if you're here for the how to draw side, I'm going to have a timestamp right here or in the description down below of when the actual drawing commences. But for this first part, I'm going to show you guys how to get Adobe Illustrator. So I left a link in the description that pretty much takes you to a WinRAR. You download it off of Google Drive. I'll try to find the mega download if I can. If I can't, I'm sorry. I'll try to pin in the description and pin it. So once you guys are done downloading that, you're gonna have this. It's gonna be called. It's just gonna be Adobe Illustrator CC. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna need to take this. You're gonna extract it, and you can just drag this, or you can just create a folder. After you extract it, I dragged mine here. You're gonna take it. It's gonna say let's make sure so you guys don't think it's fake. This is the actual WinRAR. As you see, it says the exact same thing right here. Adobe Illustrator link, blah blah blah. You're gonna copy this, and then right after you do that, you're gonna want to actually delete the shortcut that it gives you, because it's not gonna work correctly. And then right after that, you're gonna want to go to, because I'm trying to skim through this. You're going to go to supporting files, contents, windows. You're going to scroll all the way down until you see the actual Illustrator icon. And then you're just going to want to right click and then send to desktop and create shortcut. So since we got that out the way, I'm going to show you guys how to actually draw your favorite anime characters, whatever. I'm gonna have codes for different skin colors and etc. stuff like that. So to make this video a lot faster, I'm just gonna trace something, because if I just go off of memory and off of hand, it's not gonna go well, and it's gonna take me at least like 3 hours, and I don't want to sit here for 3 hours. I just want to get a really easy, quick banger out, because we don't want a long video, do we? I just want to get you guys the basics. So I would recommend you guys also trace with me. So search up anything you want to. Let's just search up Asta. I'm going to search up Asta. Here we go. We got this right here. Look at this. Or we can go with this. Let's go with this one. This one looks kind of cool. So now you're going to actually want to open Adobe Illustrator. So when you save that to your desktop, so you're gonna come around this side. It's looking like this and stuff like that. When you get to here, it's like Photoshop, so it's no real difference besides the overall concept of which you're pretty much using it for. Photoshop, you're editing photos. This one, you're drawing. So I use 1920 by 1080p. Make sure you have it on pixels. It's just easier. It's just universally translatable. You can scale it to whatever you want in Photoshop and whatever. If you want a smaller image, so it's just family friendly, you can do this for thumbnails and stuff like that. I'm planning to do it for a lot of my thumbnails. I did it for my logo, so I'm gonna name it Asta, because that's what we're doing. So right here, if you use Alt, if you want to know how I'm doing this, you just hold Alt and then you use scroll wheel. So here, as you can see, we have a white background. So just open up this, shorten that. You're gonna want to find wherever you took your image, because remember, I want you guys to actually practice this, because yes, you may be good at drawing, it doesn't mean you'd be good at this on mouse. So I usually tend to crop it to about the actual dimensions of the thing. And what we're gonna do is you can come up here and you're gonna make this 50%. Oh, and also before we get into anything, if you see my top right hand side, it's gonna put you on essentials. It's gonna have essentials. It's gonna look like this remotely. It's probably gonna look like this for you guys. So if you see where it says essentials right there, in your top, I'm probably gonna zoom into it or circle it and Premiere Pro, but you're gonna want to click on that and go to painting, and you're gonna get the stuff we're gonna need to use for this actual video. So yeah, so we got Demon Asta right here. So what we're gonna need to do is we're gonna want to lower the opacity, like I was talking about. I usually lower it to 50% so I can see the background and see the borders, the edges, and what I can do and stuff like that, etc., etc., etc. So let's say you want to draw. You just want to get straight into it. You're gonna get those kind of lines, and I don't like those kind of lines. As you can see, it looks very weird. It doesn't look anime-like at all. So if you want actually thicker lines without increasing your size of your brush, what I do is I push L, or I come up here to where it has the rectangle tool, and you can right click on it and it says ellipse tool. You can go to ellipse tool or you can push L. I just use shortcuts, so I push L. So I drag and I make this as tiny, as skinny as I possibly can, and I come over here where it has a little thing. I'm gonna make sure I'm like actually editing it. So you want to pick the none right here, and then you're gonna want to switch this. What that's gonna do is it's gonna reverse the color and make it so it doesn't reverse the color and pretty much make there no other color. It's the easiest way to say it. I don't want to go into depth to it. So right after you do that, you're obviously not going to use ellipse tool to just keep drawing. So what you're going to do, the cool thing about this that you can't do in Photoshop, is that when you selected the ellipse tool that you made thin, you're going to go up to right below window and help where it says basic. You're going to click on there. You're going to go right in between the trash can and whatever these two other things are, and it's going to say new page. It's going to say new brush. You click it. It's going to say select new brush type. You're going to push art brush, and then you can push OK. You're going to need to keep doing this for every other time. I haven't figured out a way to keep the brush there, so when I do figure out a way, I'll either send a tutorial for who I found it from or whatever. So what I tend to do is I tend to zoom in. So I forgot to put this in the very beginning. So before you start drawing, I'm pretty sure you're getting lines where it looks like this. Looks like that. You may be happy with those lines, but let's be honest, most aren't. So what you want to do to change your lines up is you can double click on your brush tool and make your smoothness all the way up. There you go. Don't change anything else. Just there you go. And start. If I'm gonna start, so obviously you got stuff like this. Don't worry, you can always delete. You can always Control Z to delete the lines. So I'll get back to you right after I'm done doing this. Oh, and I wanted to say, while I'm editing this, or while I'm doing this, as you saw from the fast forwards, I wanted to say, make sure you guys overlap. Don't spend too much time, like, trying to make everything super duper perfect, because I'm gonna show you guys a method where you can overlap and delete the lines that overlap without actually deleting the whole entire line. So you gotta stay tuned for that. So please bear with me. Oh, if you want to also change your pen stroke, whatever, your what is it, the thickness of your actual brush, you just go up to where it says stroke, and then you come up, doot 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 doot, and it's gonna be thinner. You're welcome. Pretty much done with this drawing. As you can see, we have, boom, this is what it looks like. I sped drawn this so I kind of made it look a lot better, but it doesn't really matter from here. So from right here, this is this little thing, so you got to pay attention for this part. I could have finished this, but it would have taken too much time, and it's just gonna be in one color anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So I can just really do. Oh, that looks terrible. We could just do that, and we're pretty much done with Asta. So you're probably like, where's the color? Where's this? Where's that? So when I freehand, I overshoot. You do it in normal drawings, you can do it in here and stuff like that, but in Photoshop you can't really delete your lines when they cross and intermingle. So I'm going to show you what I mean by that. So as you see, I just pushed V, or I clicked the select tool, I selected it to where I clicked, selected everything, I clicked, drag, selected everything. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go up here to object, expand appearance, and what you're gonna be looking for is this little two squares intercrossing like a Venn diagram, and you're gonna see Pathfinder. Pathfinder, you're gonna click that and divide. Pathfinder is gonna be your friend this whole entire thing. Trust me, Pathfinder comes in clutch. Pathfinder is the hero of the day. So what you're probably going to hear, you're trying to probably delete your lines, and you're like, wait, it deleted the whole entire thing. What am I going to do? Just Control Z, don't worry, it's not gone forever. But what you're going to need to do is you're going to select everything and isolate selected group. What isolate selected group is, as you can see, I can actually click on the individual lines, and let's say his headband, this hair is supposed to be covering part of his headband. This line overlaps that. So what I can do from here is actually delete said line, as you can see. So from right here, you can just, if you cross it properly, and make sure the lines actually go through and past what you're trying to get it to go over, you can actually pretty much effectively delete all the excess lines that shouldn't be remotely there. So without further ado, I'm gonna fast forward this part because it's boring, and this is probably the longest part of this whole entire thing. So voila, as you can see, I cleaned up a lot of the lines, a lot of the overlappings. Hold up, doot. So this is probably gonna take a while to edit. So this video, I don't know when it's gonna be coming out, honest to God. So as I'm finishing up clearing the lines, I'm gonna show you a very important. This is like, if you clicked off the video and you're probably wondering how you color and stuff like that, I'm gonna teach you how to color. I'm just need you guys to stay with me and bear with me throughout this whole entire tutorial. So as you can see, we have pretty much a whole entire thing cleared up. Make sure you have deleted your lines thoroughly, or it's just not gonna look, I wouldn't say massively cool, but it's just not gonna look clean. And a lot of people, when they see my drawings, say it looks clean. Some people said they want to see me actually draw and do a kind of a live thing or stuff. I just decided it just should be better if I do a tutorial, because I don't want to set up me doing it live and absolutely embarrass myself by how long it takes me. It takes me forever to do these drawings that I do. I'm gonna show you, like, you probably saw them at the beginning, but yeah, it takes forever. So I'm gonna show you guys how to really exit this thing. So as you can see, the reason why I keep zooming in to do this whole procedure is because I want to make sure that everything is connected. As you probably saw when I was fast forward, I want to make sure everything's connected, everything's interlaced, and everything coincides with each other. This crosses that. I can just delete this little part that's gonna be there. This crosses that. Good. Oh wait, this part doesn't cross that. You're probably like, that's not important. Wrong. You're very wrong. This is very important, because the next part, it can't be like that. So if you're trying to fix a line, or you want to extend it, but you like how it is, but you just want it a little extended, you just click on the line while it's in isolated, and you can drag it and stuff like that. If you accidentally cross it, don't worry, it's fine. You can fix it relatively. So now that we pretty much have Asta is done, as you can see, he is done. You can either leave it like that or not. What I do, I tend to add a little bit more oomph. So what I do is I just go back to B, see if that works. No. It's a little thick. It's a little thin. I think I'm just gonna go with 0.5, and I just go right here. The reason why I go with thinner line rather than maybe a thicker is because this is just hair separation by strands of hair. You don't really need a whole lot. So for this one, you can either take your time doing it. Really, anime characters and shonen, they don't really have crazy detail on their hair unless you're looking at something like Dragon Ball or something like that, where the hair is stupid spiky. So as you can see here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select it. Let's say if you were doing the span appearance, divide, isolate, select group, delete those, so it's not merged. And so we have pretty much the finished drawing. We just need to color it. So what we do is we go to object, expand, merge. Remember, object, expand, merge. What that does is it expands the image, makes sure all the blacks are connected, and it merges the file as one. So what we're gonna do here is, if you want to know how you get back to the thing, I'm gonna show you guys. So it's gonna say layer and group. You just click the back arrow. You don't push Control Z. You're just not gonna get back to what you were doing. So we have Asta. So right here, I'm gonna have a color palette. I have color palettes. I have peach, demon skin, khaki, whatever. So I paste that in. Boom, I have that. I push M for rectangle. I go about here, drag it on to the image. Boom. I right click this, arrange, and set to back. Then, very important, I select the whole entire thing with the rectangle. You don't need to worry about the image. And then you don't need to worry about the image you were using. You can just drag that away if you still have that there. For now, you have that selected. You go to Pathfinder and merge. Boom. This whole thing's merged. But you click on it it selects everything. So what you're gonna do is isolate selected group. Boop. Ooh, as you can see, we ran into a little poopy. So as you can see, those lines were closed off and I did not pay attention to that. So what you can realistically do is you can just Control Z it all and then do a line like this. You can just make a line going through, around. You can just cut that off. Alright. What you're gonna need to do, you're gonna need to do the same thing as we did earlier. We're gonna do object, expand appearance, divide, isolate selected groups, and we're gonna just pretty much. So now we are, hopefully it's fixed. Just don't worry about it doing stuff like that. It tends to do that if you don't pay attention. If you rush it, it will do that. So take your time when you're drawing. Merge. Boom. So hopefully this works. I'm just gonna Control V that into it. Isolate selected group. Boom. So now, since we did it correctly and we went over it correctly, we have this. So you're probably like, all right, what the heck do I do now? So as you can see, Asta's hair is black here. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna click the selected area. You make sure it was closed off. So if you click the selected area, you can go here and you can select the stroke and boom. So around this stuff you can shift click to select it all. So remember that. Oh, remember you can let go of the shift click. You can look around, shift it, that again. You can push I and you can put it to the color you want it to be, but realistically I don't want it that black. So what I'm probably gonna do is I'm probably actually gonna take it to like a more of a dark gray. So what it does is it lets you be able to see the actual image and the lines and the details and stuff like that. So we can, ooh, that line wasn't closed. So now that we fixed that, or I fixed that, I can go select this because this is all the same color. As I look down, it's all the same color as the hair. And I'm going to show you also how to do shading. So if you want to learn how to do shading, stick around for that. So yeah. Oopsie. It goes into his blonde hair. So I think I have blonde, his exact color. Oh, follow me on Twitter. You can see that you can see that I actually did this Asta drawing of when he first went demon form. So what we had to do here is we had to Control V. I'm gonna leave all the actual colors that you can use in the description. So it's about, he has like a weird grayish white hair thing going on around that. Yeah, around that. So I'm gonna leave you guys to what you're doing, and we're gonna fast forward to when I'm pretty much done coloring this whole entire thing. So now that we're done actually drawing, as you can see, some people will be happy with the results. I'm not, so I pretty much know how the shading is gonna go. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to our layers. As we're here, we're just gonna delete our reference, whatever, if you didn't do that before. So what you're gonna do is you can click drag down to a new layer, wherever your layers are. You can set up to where it looks like mine, but this is just all preference to how you want yours set up. The original one, lock it and click the eye so it's disappeared. So we're left with this. So what you're gonna need to do is you're gonna need to select layers. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna, I want to delete this specific section because I want to do the shadow coming like it's casting over his light side, because the dark side is already dark, pretty much dark enough. I could probably select this specific side and come around. So just pretty much what I want you guys to do is pretty much delete the sections where you want your shade to go. It's all up to you. And not much shading can go on the actual hair, so I'm just going to delete that front part. And then I'm going to go back. I'm going to actually rise this because I actually need to fix something. So next part is very important. If you came this far, you probably came for the shading part. So right after that, what you're going to do is you're not going to draw on the layer. You're just going to make a copy. As you can see, if I click this, you can see this whole thing right here. If I click the eye on the one we locked, you should just see whatever you unselected. So what we're gonna do actually is we're gonna create a new layer in between these two. If you just click on the one you locked, create a new layer. It should be right in between the trash. It should be right to the left of the trash can. What you do here is what I do for selecting deeper, darker hair, is I click on the skin color and always go darker. Depending on who I'm drawing, it depends on the skin color. So I have to make sure I know what the skin color is. It's usually just peach. So what you're gonna do here is you're gonna push N. You're gonna go about here. You're gonna make sure. Well, I don't need to worry about the hair because I accidentally did on that layer. I don't need to worry about doing it on the hair because I didn't select the hair. So what you did is it's pretty much gonna delete. It's not dark enough. Hold on. Pretty much why I said delete it is because pretty much what you're gonna do is you're pretty much creating shade overlapping the layer we just colored on. So as you can see, did that right there real quick. Bada boom. We did that. Boom. See, this looks infinitely better than what it was already looking like. Simple shading. It isn't even, you just need a general direction where you think the sun would be coming from, or where you want the sun to come from. It's all up to you, and it's already better. So now pretty much it's done. So yeah, if you want to export it, you can just go up to here, edit, export it as, you can export it as a PNG. It's going to automatically delete the background and make it just this picture itself. For me, I want to make a new layer. That I want to select a interesting color. Never did this one before. And I want to do this because it just gives it character. It looks a lot better when I save it, and it looks like that. So there we go. We have Asta in all his glory. Done. We can export this as a PNG. So yeah, guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you guys like and subscribe. I really do try my best for stuff like this. If you do like my channel, make sure you hit the thumbs up on this video. I hope it was informational. I hope it helps you learn how to draw and stuff like that. I really do enjoy drawing, and so being able to do this on my workspace and etc. It helps me a lot because I can get a lot more things done. Well, obviously, if I draw, it's gonna be a lot harder to get this put onto something like Photoshop. Let's say I draw a new logo, stuff like that. But whatever, I don't want to ramble on too long. I've been recording for an hour, so this is probably the shortest time I've ever drawn an image, and it looked good. So yeah, thank you guys for watching.